Welcome back everyone, Mariah Monetize here. In today's video, we're going over all the news in the cryptocurrency space. I'm also going to be sharing with you whether or not I have entered back into my position on Bitcoin after the current increase in price, and also going to be going over what's happening with Genesis and, in my opinion, how just the entire market is pretty much living life on the edge. And we cannot forget, there has been kind of a mass exodus when it comes to customers withdrawing funds from Binance. So we're also going to be going into those numbers today. So no, I'm just gonna say from the very beginning, I have not bought back in on Bitcoin. I'm gonna be going in more detail on that today. So Genesis mining has been awfully quiet, and it was kind of perceived that they were gonna be the next company to kind of fall off the edge and to file for bankruptcy. So what is the current situation happening with Genesis? So there's a $1.1 billion intercompany loan between its Genesis and Digital Currency Group. So Genesis can actually call on that loan at any time that they want. But here's the problem. The problem is that Digital Currency Group is basically owners, either fully or partially, of over 100 companies in the cryptocurrency space, including Coinbase and Kraken and Grayscale. So that is where the problem lies. Once again, we're learning that all of these companies are interconnected, and that's why they are ultimately falling like dominoes. So that's the situation there, and obviously we know the connection between Genesis and Gemini. But Gemini has not really said anything other than the fact that their Earn program is connected with Genesis, but that users' funds are kept one-to-one. It also came out recently that there was, I believe, 29 million Bitcoin available for exchange on exchanges, which is really funny because there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence. So what does it come down to? Unfortunately, many of these exchanges, we've been trying to get away from the banking system, trying to get away from fractional reserve banking, and unfortunately that has been implemented into the cryptocurrency space. But this is not surprising. We anticipated all of that to happen, unfortunately, because people just get greedy at the end of the day. So we know on Monday that SBF was arrested. Finally, great news. He was also denied bail. He sent in a request for a $250,000 cash bail as well as house arrest, but thankfully that was denied. So now we're just patiently waiting for Caroline to be arrested next. So inflation came in at 7.1%. Obviously the high came in July, I believe that was 9.1. So it looks like inflation is kind of headed downwards. I mean, things are still going up in price. Things are still incredibly high, but things aren't going up in price as fast as they were obviously this past summer. Jay Powell expecting another total 75 basis points hike for all of 2023, but he won't commit to the speed of the raises, example 25 basis points for the next 3 meetings or 50-25 in the next 2 meetings. He also won't commit to how long the Fed will maintain its restrictive stance for 2023. So it has come out once again, we kind of already knew this information, that SBF diverted FTX customer funds to donate to political campaigns. This was reported by federal authorities. Just in, SEC charges 8 social media influencers in a $100 million stock manipulation scheme promoted on Discord and Twitter. I don't know exactly who those social media influencers are, but that is quite interesting. So just in, this is what I was talking about when it comes to Binance. 39,000 Bitcoin are removed from Binance in the past 24 hours. I believe that withdrawals from Binance are up 18x. This is pretty insane. I have removed all my funds from Binance. I did that several weeks ago, and I highly encourage you to do the same. At this time, I really don't even feel comfortable recommending a particular exchange to buy Bitcoin on. It's unfortunate that we have come to this. Before, like I would say out of all of them, Kraken is at the top of my list, but now we know the connection with Kraken, Digital Currency Group, that loan could be called. What does that mean? So what's going to happen is that these companies are going to have to start covering, miners are going to have to start covering, they're going to probably continue to sell off Bitcoin, and I do not believe that the bottom is in. I think we're currently seeing a dead cat bounce. So yeah, Binance customers withdrawals exceeded 3 billion in 24 hours. That was reported yesterday. So pretty wild there. So let's go ahead and see here. Over to the price of Bitcoin. So I've been obviously getting a lot of personal text messages from people asking if I'm buying back in. Am I still on the sidelines? Yeah, absolutely. I am on the sidelines. I don't chase Bitcoin. I am patiently waiting for confirmation when it comes to the charts to get back in on my Bitcoin position. So I must say that the 7-day chart is looking really quite interesting for several reasons. We have a green 2 trading above a green 1 on the TD sequential. We have a curve here on this moving average. Obviously, it's very far away from crossing over, but it is headed in that direction. I mentioned to you guys that I was anticipating resistance at about 17,750, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why I was thinking that number. So that was over here in this range. I wasn't expecting yesterday's candle. I thought it was going to take several days for Bitcoin to approach that price, end up approaching it, or excuse me, to approach that moving average, that 50 DMA, but it approached it sooner rather than later. I was anticipating the moving average to continue down, and then maybe somewhere over here, like by the end of the week, the Bitcoin is going to find resistance at that 50 DMA, but it came sooner, and that's why we saw yesterday's candle have a high of just under $18,000. So I am looking for a lot more confirmation to enter this position. I still believe this is a dead cat bounce. We're seeing right here, Bitcoin is failing to close above that 50 DMA. That would be one extra point of confirmation, but I am looking for a lot more than that. But overall, the daily chart, the 12-hour, those are looking bullish. Let's go and take a look here at the daily chart. This is a daily chart right here. Obviously saw resistance from that 50 DMA as well. We're seeing a little bit of a pullback here. And for me, I think it's important to just have patience because I do not see enough confirmation. As soon as I saw the 1-hour chart this afternoon, it was confirmation to just not get in because we have made a lower low on the hourly chart. We're seeing Bitcoin pull back from the high that it experienced a couple hours ago at $18,360. Let's take a look here at the 30-minute. Obviously 30-minute not looking too good as well. And this is a 5-minute chart right here, which is also trending downwards. We have Ethereum sitting at $1,311. Core Scientific just had a major leap these last couple of hours. It is up 72%. Why is Core Scientific up 72%? Well, basically, let's see here. B. Riley Financial offers financing to Core Scientific to avoid bankruptcy. That loan is offering them $72 million, but we also know that Core Scientific lost $1.7 billion this year. Okay, so that's what we're seeing here on Core Scientific. Gold broke 1,800, sitting at 1,807. Coinbase stock sitting at $40.19. Let's go and take the low came in over here of $38.50, so it broke below $40 earlier today. We have Litecoin sitting at $75.80. We have DOT sitting at 521. So everything kind of started up on the day, and then we're seeing this pullback in the last few hours. So before I continue with this video, I want to mention that I am doing calls once again. You can do the call and ask me about anything. You can ask me about the charts, you can ask me about Bitcoin, anything in the cryptocurrency space. You can ask me about life in Puerto Rico. So this is the crazy thing, is that everyone wants to move to Puerto Rico for the capital gains taxes when Bitcoin is on a bull run. And it makes absolutely no sense because you would have to pay taxes on the gain that you already have. And so if you move to Puerto Rico during a bear market, that is the way to do it. Nobody wants to move to Puerto Rico during that period of time, but it is by far the smartest time to move to Puerto Rico. So like I said, you can ask me anything you want, and I'm doing these for a lot cheaper than I have in the past. This is like my Christmas special. So 30-minute call is only gonna be $30, and I have a link down below for that. So if you guys wanna do a call, that is available. You can ask me anything you want. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. We have DOT sitting at $5.21, Link sitting at $6.78. So I'm keeping a very close eye on S&P. I mostly look at SPY when I take a look here. And that is because the correlation, obviously, right? We've been seeing continuous correlation. This right here is the daily chart on SPY. It has made a higher high. Yesterday, it actually made a higher high. But it's also having a little bit of challenging, having a hard time getting above that 200 DMA. So keeping a really close eye there. I think that if SPY breaks out, Bitcoin is most definitely going to follow. And for me, that might be a time to get back in, but I'm staying very, very patient. This right here is a 12-hour chart looking good on SPY. Let's take a look here at the hourly. Hourly has taken a bearish turn. So keeping a very close eye there. Let's go to take a look at the 7-day chart on SPY. It still has quite a ways to go. It needs to break below that 200 DMA, also make a higher high on the weekly chart, which is 431.73 for a bit more confirmation. When it comes to Tesla, Tesla got crushed today, you guys. Absolutely crushed. It made a new low. Let's see, what did the low come in at? 155.31. Like I've been saying, I think there's an opportunity to buy Tesla much lower. So if you want to buy Tesla, I mean, I would personally stay patient on Tesla. Let's take a look at marijuana stocks. Let's see here, a lot of red today. So a lot of closing in red. Like I said, market started up today, but took a bit of a turn to the downside. So that's all I have for you on today's video. Like I said, if you're gonna do a 30-minute call and ask me anything, I have a link down below for that. That's all that I have for you today. As always, go out there and create a portfolio that you love.